Every great improvement story follows a structure. Whether you're fixing a small workflow issue or transforming an entire organization, success doesn't come from luck, it comes from a process. In the world of Six Sigma, that process is called DMAIC. It's the backbone of every project, the blueprint that turns data into results. And the reason Six Sigma has become one of the most respected problem-solving methodologies in business today. DMAIC stands for Define. Measure, analyze, improve, and control. It's a 5-phase cycle that guides you from identifying a problem all the way through sustaining a solution. Think of it as a disciplined way to move from chaos to clarity. For anyone pursuing a Six Sigma certification, mastering DMAIC isn't optional, it's the foundation. Without it, all the other tools and concepts are just pieces without a plan. Let's start by putting DMAIC into plain language. Define means figuring out exactly what problem you're solving and why it matters. Measure means gathering data to understand how big the problem really is. Analyze means looking for patterns and causes, not just symptoms. Improve means developing and testing solutions. And control means putting systems in place to make sure the gains stick. It's logical, structured, and built for real-world challenges. To see DMAIC in action, imagine a manufacturing company that produces packaging materials. The company has been getting complaints from customers about boxes arriving with uneven edges and inconsistent folding. The quality department suspects the problem lies in the cutting machine, but they're not sure why it's happening or how to fix it. Rather than guessing, they decide to launch a Six Sigma project using DMAIC. In the define phase, the team identifies the goal clearly. Reduce the defect rate of uneven box edges by 50% within 3 months. They outline who the customers are, what success looks like, and what's at stake financially. This phase is all about alignment, making sure everyone knows the problem, the goal, and the boundaries of the project. Then comes measure. The team collects data from the cutting machine over 2 weeks, tracking defect rates, shift times, machine operators, and environmental conditions like temperature and humidity. The goal is to get a baseline, a clear picture of how the process performs today. They discover that the defect rate averages 12%, which is far above the company's target of 3%. That number becomes their benchmark. Next is analyze, the detective phase. The team digs into the data using tools like cause and effect diagrams and Pareto analysis. They find a pattern. Most defects occur during the night shift, especially when the machine has been running for several hours without adjustment. They perform a root cause analysis and discover that blade wear increases faster than expected when ambient humidity is high. The night crew hadn't been trained to recalibrate the blade as often as needed. Now, the root cause is clear: tool wear combined with inconsistent operator training. With that insight, they move into the improve phase. The team tests several potential fixes, including more frequent calibration, new blade materials, and a simple humidity control unit near the cutting station. After a few test runs, they find the combination that works best. Scheduled calibration every 4 hours, and a dehumidifier installed near the equipment. Defects drop from 12% to just under 2%. Finally, they enter the control phase, which ensures the improvement sticks. The team updates the standard operating procedures, trains all operators, and adds a simple checklist to the shift turnover process. They track results weekly for the next 3 months, confirming the gains hold steady. By the end, the company has not only solved the original problem, but also built a stronger, more disciplined process. That's DMAIC at work: systematic, data-driven, and sustainable. But of course, like any process, DMAIC can go wrong if it's not applied thoughtfully. One of the most common mistakes is rushing. Teams sometimes skip straight to the improve phase because they're eager to fix things. But skipping define or measure is like starting a road trip without knowing your destination or checking your fuel gauge. You might move fast, but in the wrong direction. Another pitfall is focusing on symptoms instead of causes. When people see a problem, they often jump to conclusions. The machine's broken. The employee needs more training. The supplier messed up. But DMAIC forces you to pause and verify. Analyze means finding evidence, not assigning blame. The best Six Sigma practitioners are part detective, part scientist. They test assumptions, not just opinions. Sometimes, teams struggle with the measure phase because collecting good data feels tedious. But here's the thing. In Six Sigma, data is your truth. If your data is sloppy or incomplete, your analysis will mislead you. It's like trying to solve a mystery with half the clues missing. Strong data is the difference between guessing and knowing. There's also the issue of overcomplicating the process. New practitioners often think DMAIC requires expensive software or advanced statistics. In reality, it's about clarity and logic. You can run a DMAIC project with a spreadsheet, sticky notes, and a curious mindset. The sophistication grows as you advance through your Six Sigma certification levels, but the principles stay the same. Define clearly, measure honestly, analyze deeply, improve wisely, and control consistently. DMAIC's beauty lies in its universality. You can apply it anywhere: factories, hospitals, restaurants, even personal life. Suppose a hospital wants to reduce patient wait times in the emergency department. They can define the problem: patients waiting too long before seeing a doctor. Measure, record wait times and patient flow data. Analyze, find when and why bottlenecks happen. Improve, adjust staffing patterns or triage protocols. Control, track wait times weekly to maintain gains. Whether it's cutting boxes or cutting wait times, DMAIC works the same way. There's also a mindset shift that happens when people embrace DMAIC. Instead of reacting to problems emotionally, they approach them methodically. Instead of saying, "we think," they start saying, "we know." That cultural change is what makes Six Sigma so powerful in the long term. It turns guesswork into insight and firefighting into prevention. If you're working toward your Six Sigma certification, think of DMAIC as your compass. It guides every project, keeps you disciplined, and ensures your improvements are real and measurable. The certification exams and projects will expect you not just to memorize the 5 phases, but to demonstrate how they fit together in practice. And beyond exams, the DMAIC mindset will make you more valuable in any organization. Employers love people who can tackle complex problems systematically. They know you won't just fix surface issues. You'll fix the system that caused them. Here's the big takeaway. DMAIC isn't just a process, it's a way of thinking. It teaches you to define problems precisely, measure with purpose, analyze without bias, improve with creativity, and control with discipline. Once you internalize that rhythm, you'll start seeing patterns everywhere. Inefficiencies that once looked random suddenly make sense. And when you can see clearly, you can lead confidently. So the next time a process feels broken or chaotic, don't panic. Grab your DMAIC compass, trust the steps, and start walking. You'll be amazed at how quickly structure turns into progress, and progress turns into success. And if you're serious about earning your Six Sigma certification, mastering DMAIC is your greatest advantage. Because once you understand how to define, measure, analyze, improve, and control any process, you don't just solve problems, you transform them into opportunities.